George Russell's performance. Now, he managed to get a good start off the line. He managed to get up to third, beating both Sainz and Checo. And then for a good, 10 laps or so, something like that, it was having a good scrap between Max and George. He was showing, how to be a Mercedes driver and defend against Max Verstappen, unlike a certain Finnish driver currently at Alfa Romeo. He wasn't particularly open and Nash, as they say, to be fair. He was parking his car in the middle of the road, not making it easy for Max, to be fair. So, overall, he did manage to bag a podium. And, I thought he had an excellent performance all around. So, Antz, as a resident stockholder, what did you think of George Russell's performance and his defending against Max Verstappen?
Mate, the stock is going through the roof right now. Everyone wants to jump on. Annick's trying to jump on, fraudulently claiming.
Yeah,
Annick is banned.
Oh my days, fam. Oh my days, fam. Like the list
from whatever location you are in. There's an inhibits on your account, boy. Sorry, Tariq, go.
No, I'm just saying, the list of crimes of this Annick brother is insane, fam. It's insane. He is looking at multiple life sentences right now. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say that I think you, Kwame, as well, you've got Russell stock as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's 3 of us, isn't it? You Rich, you got
Rich has man.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah. We're all eating Gucci, fam. Oi, Nobu, fam. Nobu is on me, bro. This is crazy.
You better put the Dom Perignon. The Dom Perignon from.
I don't know, but you got money as well, bro. I don't know, bro. Are we not eating off these stocks right now?
Fam, we are eating good.
We're
we are eating good.
Yeah, but Tariq, you've also got Gasly stocks, so you need to just hold that still. But anyway, now Richard, it's a good point you made.
Hey, balances out still.
comparing Bottas to Russell, because I mean, even today we saw Bottas get mugged left, right, and center. Man was getting overtaken around the outside of corners that are just single file. I've never seen anything like this before, man. But
I don't think he can use the Alfa Romeo excuse either. I think the way he was just overtaken was just super dead. Or just skillless. That's what.
I mean, yeah, he's not an elite driver, but he's doing well in the Alfa. But Russell, yeah, serious driver. If you didn't know before, you know now, because he's just so measured in his defense. Obviously, there's a heavy tax because Max didn't have his DRS was doing all sorts. It was moving when your Windows computer freezes and you're pressing keys from 20 minutes ago and it's reacting then. His DRS was closing instantly and he was getting frustrated. It's quite interesting. Max is able to swear on the radio, get proper flustered, and everyone kind of really turns a blind eye. But anyway, if a certain Lewis Hamilton was saying them things, people would have a problem with it. But Russell, quality, especially the time where Verstappen went up the inside and Russell came back round the outside of turn 2. He didn't even leave it to turn 3. He was just nah, I'm gonna hold the inside line after being done in the braking zone. That was 30 because I thought the move was already done. We've seen Verstappen do that move turn 1 last year on Hamilton. Boom, pushed him out of the way. Left with no space. Interestingly, he left Russell some space, which we'll need to watch this space on Max Verstappen.
No, we're taking notes, bro. We're taking notes.
Do you know what I mean? Stewards have noted this incident, so yeah, man.
Not them stewards, the pit stop stewards, Pitstop Fracas stewards, not them ones.
We're watching very closely because he's leaving space to Leclerc, he's leaving space to Russell. Yeah, it's interesting, but it was a great performance by Russell. He was when Hamilton got into the contact, we were he really carried Mercedes forward, held up Verstappen, held up Perez as best he could, and yeah, he's looking really, really at home in the car, which is good to see because I'm a fan of George Russell. I think he's also a very respectful driver. He's come into the team. He's shown a lot of humility. he's like willing to learn from Lewis and everything. And people were trying to get him to talk down on Lewis, but he doesn't have it. So, but obviously the luck is very heavily going his way at the moment, and you know, he's just got to ride that as long as he can, and he's doing that pretty well.
Nah, yeah, I fully agree. To be fair, he's really shown the reason why he got that Mercedes seat. No, honestly, and there's a bit of luck on his way, but you know, sometimes you got to get out your live. Kwame, I'm gonna come to you. Would you have any thoughts on George Russell's performance today?
Yeah, I've been very impressed today. He had a very good drive. I feel like this season as well. I feel like he's been his qualifying has been outstanding, as you all know. You all know, being last week on mid Saturday, but I feel like because now he's in the Mercedes, he's in the faster car, especially Mercedes that it's not as fast as it was previously. So he's had to do some battles in the midfield, in the upper half of the midfield. We've now got to see his racecraft as well, and he's definitely been very impressive. But he's also, compared to younger drivers, as we say on the pod, he's very level-headed and very steady as well in his defense and in his driving as well. Like he's very mature for his age, which is a very big thing, and he's got plenty of years ahead of him to grow. So I'm excited for the future for George, to be honest. And yeah, he had another quality race again, being consistent this year as well. Another top, 5 finish, so you can't go with that.
Nah, yeah, I fully agree. Tariq, as a resident stockholder as well, do you have any thoughts on George Russell's performance?
Yeah, like these times I'm suffering from success because I'm eating good off the stocks, but the way he's performing in relation to Hamilton is just hurting me. You get me? But yeah, like I can't fault Russell, to be honest. He's doing what he needs to do in his car, whether he's getting luck or whatever. He's racing against Hamilton and he's outperforming well, we'll say like outperforming, but obviously there's luck involved and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, like I'm enjoying the fact. I'm really happy about the fact that he's just focused on putting numbers on the board. He's getting points for his team. He's in a good position in the standings. I think if I understand correctly, if I just check right now, yeah. So he's really close to Perez. So he's P4, really close to Perez. We all know Perez is, yeah, his watch is looking a bit iffy. So if Russell just continues to do what he does, there's really not any we can't really accurately predict how far he might actually get this season, let alone next season or whatever. But yeah, he's doing really well. I can't fault it for him, even though I would really like to, because Hamilton is not competing there beside him as well. But yeah, shout out to Russell, shout out to Chris as well. Even though I don't really want to shout out Chris, but shout out Chris anyway. for being What I know was there was just like,
shout out, man.
Like,
I'm good.
Oh my days! You killed me with that one. No, I just had to shout out Chris. You get me? Like he's eating better than all of us. You get me? So
no, it's true.
Noble might have to be on him instead of us, but
yeah, for sure. I've never seen anyone cheerlead for a driver like that, and this guy's been doing it since since Williams days. So yeah, I've got
the dick riding is insane. So it's worse than me. I don't even dick ride guys right now. It's insane.
Yo, oh shit! Nah, this pod's insane.
No, shout out Chris though. Shout out Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris. He's been going for the trenches. He deserves it still.
Yeah, he should be here, man. This pod is for him. Should be here talking his shit, but he's not.
It's true, or maybe he's just waiting for that big W. Maybe just waiting there. Time is run still.
Yeah.
Now I was going to say on Checo, where you're saying him and Lil Meech, have got something in common. They both like to teeth RMs and that, yeah.
Yo. He was fuming on the he was fuming on the radio.
Man said, "Talk later." It was like,
so what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Stop talking the big talk, man. You're waste, man. Look at you, like talking like he's gonna do something. Oh yeah, we'll chat later. Talking on the radio like tell Max to get out of the way, brother. This is what you signed up. This is what man. Bro. You signed up to be number 2 driver. So just embrace it, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy the podium. Enjoy the champagne on the podiums.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like podiums are coming easy to you right now. So enjoy what you have in it.
All I'm saying is Barrichello and Future Killer will not be moving like this. You know what I'm saying? The levels with these number 2 drivers. Perez needs to know his place. He's a good midfield driver, but when it comes to these upper class, you've got a off-pan number 3 for Max. Otherwise, Helmut Marko and Bullish Spice are going to come for his head top. He got contract. He needs to renew the season, you know. Otherwise, it may be long because all the seats are filled up. So,
you know, Mahad was talking after the race like we need to put respect on Checo's name. Blah 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 blah. Look, like, when I'll respect this guy when his villain arc starts. When this guy disobeys team orders, that's when I'll start to respect him. I'm going to see it's bad, but until then, if he's just gonna be Max's little pony, and he's nothing to me in my eyes.
Yeah. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
You crying in the car? Yeah, shit, kind of crazy still. Anyways, let's move on to the performance of the day, and that's no other than Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis, he managed to. I can't remember what he was in when he got punted. He was like in P5 or some shit. I can't remember still. But you know, after like a couple turns, he got punted by K-Mag. He was adamant that Lewis was the one who hit him, which was fucking bizarre. But you know, get out you live, I suppose. And that knocked him down to P19. Lewis did have to end up pitting, and he wanted to give up. And to be honest, at that moment in time, because hindsight is a wonderful thing, I low-key didn't blame him, because I was thinking to myself, he's got a mammoth job in his hands to even get, you know, a couple points, to be fair. But, you know, he managed to pull out the bag and get P5, I think it was, yeah. He was running in P4, then he had an engine issue, and then unfortunately had to, you know, sacrifice position to Colasan and end up with a staggering performance in P5. And this is with no safety car as well. No safety car, no nothing. So this is just straight performance thing, really and truly. Antz, I'm going to come to you on this. What did you think of Lewis's recovery and his drive of the day performance?
Well, first of all, I think on the incident, like if you look at Lewis's on board, it's crazy. Man is just turning into the corner, just watching out for signs ahead of him, and he like literally comes from the left-hand side of a right-hander and turns into him. Like it actually doesn't make sense when you watch it. So it's a big setback, to be honest. But like to come back from there on the same strategy with no safety cars, like, and just overtake everyone on pure performance, pure pace, like that's crazy. To get up to, it's P4 in my book, to be honest, because you know cooling issues tax. But yeah, man, he got up to, I'd say before the issue, about 10-12 seconds of Russell after that puncture and pit stop. So yeah, man, if he was in the race, boy, it would have been an interesting one. But that's how it goes, man. But the thing is, like, when we talk about Russell's performances, yeah, he might be ahead of points of Hamilton. But like when you see the actual performance that Hamilton's been putting in, I mean, he's still at the level he was at last year. It's just not really translating at the moment to points on the board or whatever. So I'm pleased with that. Again, showing why he's the greatest of all time. So yeah, good day at the office for him.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. It was a brilliant performance, to be fair. Kind of reminded me of Brazil a little bit. Probably not as, you know, captivating, but, you know, still pretty solid, to be fair. Especially when,
it reminded me more of Hungary. Was it Hungary last season?
Yeah.
The season before,
last season. It was last season.
Where he had that big bozo moment for getting to pit, and then basically just drove through. Like he got out, he drove through the grid. Was kind of stopped by Alonso and his but Alonso is just a big hater anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, coming back to this race, this was really, really impressive. And I was just thinking back to that like I said, that Hungary race, and I'm thinking I feel like this is even more impressive than that race, purely because the car is just not at that stage where it is, significantly better than every other car. Like that's still like a third best car, maybe fourth best car on the grid, and he's managed to go through the grid like that. So yeah, it was a really, really impressive drive from him.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you there. Hungary would be a better comparison for it, to be fair, rather than Brazil. But yeah, Kwame, do you have any thoughts on Lewis's drive? I just think if he didn't get punted, do you think he possibly would have the pace to win the race? Because I've seen some tweets saying that 75% of the fastest laps were recorded by him, and on average he was a tenth slower than Max on his laps, which is quite impressive, to be fair. So did you think he possibly have the capacity as well? Not capacity, the pace to maybe get a cheeky win, or do you think that was probably out the question?
I think it definitely been scary hours for Max. Definitely been scary hours. Like Lewis definitely had the pace. As you guys said, like the medium stint where he was like his time was like 10 laps older than everyone else's, but he was still like getting faster. I believe that was behind Sainz and Bottas, and he was still lapping faster than them. That says a lot. So I feel like I'm not sure. I don't guarantee and say he would have won because he never was up there, unfortunately, due to what happened with him and Manson in the beginning. But I feel like it definitely would be challenging Max for the win for sure. I feel like definitely been up there because it's good to see that the Mercedes is back. Good to see that Lewis is back. And yeah, he had a good job once he did his thing. And also about to say as well, like, speaking of K-Mag, it's funny because before this guy came back in his remontade in F1, he was that bullish driver. He was that driver who was aggressive, doing problem crashes. He's beefing his teammate Grosjean. He was, saying to Hülkenberg, suck my balls and all these things here. And now maybe seeing the rule K-Mag come back. Maybe. I'm not saying this is K-Mag back, but yeah, long story short, Lewis. But back to Lewis. Yeah, I definitely feel like he would have been fighting for a win today if it wasn't for what happened with K-Mag, because definitely had the pace.
And then Lewis lapped K-Mag, by the way. Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's sweet justice, I suppose. Yeah, Kwame, you be saying some of those same comments.